the second edition of the Metal Castle Guitar Show. I'm your host, Zack Zuchowski. Today we're going to take a lick from a song that I wrote called Full Vengeance Rising. And what's going on here is we have a rhythmically interesting lick, but it's kind of slow, and it's an arpeggio. So arpeggios can be a tough challenge. Arpeggios are just basically the Italian word for chord tones. For instance, in this case, we have an A diminished arpeggio that sounds like this. Once again, it sounds like this. And with that first arpeggio, what's going on here is basically, it's just outlining a diminished chord here. So what we're going to do here first, we're going to take the first note from 17 to 19. We're just going to slide up 2 frets there on the 4th string, then 1 string under with 17, and then on the 2nd string we have 16. So there's our diminished arpeggio. And you heard me talk in the first video about playing stuff several times in a row. I have a rule: play it right 4 times, otherwise go back to the beginning and do it again, you know. And that's a good way to just kind of learn to be tight with something and get it in your hands. So the next step is we're going to actually do the arpeggio again, and we're going to add a little more to it. We're going to have a pull off from the 17th fret to the 16th fret on the 2nd string. So you got a little addition to this arpeggio that goes like this. So the pull off there. That's the next thing. Pull offs are a great technique to throw into things to make it more lively. And the next step, we're just going to add a little bit more to that too. So next, so that was 15 and 14 on the 3rd string. So your first initial lick, you could even say lick A, and give it a name, goes like this. So you can try that a few times and loop that first part around. That's your lick A. The next step here is we're going to focus on lick B, and it's good to give things a name because then it gives an identification of which part you're playing actually. So what we're going to do is we're going to add lick B to lick A, and I'll show you what it means. So it goes like this. One more time. Now the idea with lick B is to come from lick A, you have to do one subtle move here. And it's taking that last note from lick A and just sliding it up 1 fret. So we're just going to do 1 note transition into lick B, which is just sliding from the 16th to the 17th fret on the 3rd string. So it's just a subtle slide up there. And then we finish off the rest of lick B that sounds like this. So it's, in this case, we're dealing with the 20th fret on the 1st string. Then we have the 18th fret on the 2nd. And finally, we have the 17th on the 3rd. We're going to go from lick A to lick B a few times. I'll play it for you. So that was lick A and B together. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to add lick C to the mix here. And I'm going to play lick A, B, and C so you hear how everything flows together before we break down lick C. It goes like this. Once again. So from the 22nd fret to the 19th fret on the 1st string we have, then we have 20 1 string higher up, the 2nd string, 19 on the 3rd, and I slide directly to 14. So it's so now we're going to break down the last part, part C here. After the slide from 19 to 14, 15 one string down, then we got 13 on the first, and then 15 on the first. This last part is a minor arpeggio. So you can loop that little minor arpeggio a few times. But the whole lick C sounds like this. Okay, so now I'm going to play A, B, and C a couple times in a row so you hear how the structure develops. One more time. Alright, now we're going to take riff D, and riff D is equally as long as riff C. And what we're going to do, we're going to break down the first part here. Riff D, there's about half of it. And what we're doing here in riff D, we're actually just sliding into a major arpeggio. And what's going on here? From 17 to 19 on the first string, we're sliding, pulling off to 16, 17 one string up, and 16 one string higher. So I'll show you how it goes. Alright, so what's going on here with the end of riff D is a slide from 16 to 17 on the third string, 18 on the second, and 17 on the first. So you have okay, so now we're going to piece together riff D, and it sounds like this. Alright, so Full Vengeance Rising has 4 parts, A, B, C, and D. And we went over all 4 of them, and it's great to get a hold of each part so you know it like the back of your hand or the front of your hand. And the idea is to really just hit those parts hard so you're ready to put each piece together. And the whole thing sounds like this. Alright, thanks for tuning into my show today for the 2nd edition. I look forward to see you in the future, and keep on rocking, keep on shredding, and keep on playing that guitar.